All right, time is 2:58 Central Daylight Time, 70 degrees here in Mason City, Illinois. We were watching a severe thunderstorm move pretty quickly out of the southwest here. We're in Casey's parking lot, been driving all day, left Des Moines 8 o'clock this morning, and here we are. The action is getting started. There was a tornado warning still ongoing to our north for a cell that's about to impact areas around Peoria. But we are opting for cells a little further to the south. We've had very, very strong winds out of the south here, and that's feeding some modest moisture and inflow for these storms. So, and we're just going to see what develops here and how long we're going to track it. It's very disheartening to have just arrived to your target, seeing a relatively good-looking storm on radar. I mean, they were discreet. They had a little bit of a tail hook look to them. But when I stepped outside the truck, I was immediately met with cold, outflowy air. A most certain demise for any tornado potential. However, I wasn't ready to give up just yet. There were more new discrete cells forming further to the south near Springfield. That, with the impending hail, I decided to turn back east. Inside quick, kids. Gustnado. Gustnado. Right out ahead of this leading line. See circulation off to the left there, but also a lot of dirt and dust getting picked off the ground straight ahead here. The wide angle of the action cam really doesn't do it justice, but that was a rather fast rotating, very tight vortex just off to the left side of the road. Past the mailman here. I think he's cool with that. Now, if you're like most people, you probably haven't heard of a gustnado before. According to the American Meteorological Society, they're a short-lived, shallow, generally weak, vertically oriented vortex found along a gust front. Gustnadoes are usually visualized by rotating dust or debris cloud. And that's exactly what we saw. But as we'll soon see, there's a little more to the story. This may have been a little more than just a gustnado. got little areas of circulation with this gust front here. Kicking up a lot of debris out of the fields. So it was enough to knock down some branches and probably unhealthy trees here. Eventually I was able to get ahead of the storm, and you can see pretty well defined here the leading edge of this gust front. It's not a place you'd typically find a tornado. Sometimes they'll embed themselves in what's called a QLCS, or quasi-linear convective system, basically a line of storms. But this doesn't seem to be the case. Anything resembling a tornado here is most likely definitely a gustnado, right? And for those of you who like to put attention to detail on your resumes, yes, that is a film camera I'm shooting with, because storm chasing isn't hard enough as it is. What's that? Well, it's a gust front. I saw, you can kind of see it there. There's been little gustnadoes.
That's what we saw back there, stopping and rolling.
Yeah, yeah. So probably not any actual tornadoes, but gust fronts. So.
So we're watching it right now.
Yeah. There might be like that, little embedded tornadoes in that, but. It'll probably get windy right here in, I don't know, 5 minutes, but not terrible. Oh yeah, you can see it rotating a little bit up higher.
Traveling from Iowa all the way over here?
Yeah.
It goes to the customer. That's not stopped. I saw the plate. I was like, oh, that's another station.
Yep. Yep, took the day off, so.
Right on.
Excuse me a minute. All right, this is the interesting part. This is the whole point of the question in this video. If you look at the cloud base directly above the dust and the debris, you can clearly see rotation. Counterclockwise, left to right. Now we know this isn't your traditional back-end mesocyclonic tornado, the real powerful type. But this doesn't exactly look like a gustnado either. So what is it? Well, once I got home and reviewed the video and really started to think about it, at this moment anyway, it appears we had what's called a land spout tornado. In simple terms, a land spout tornado is like any other tornado in that it's influenced by the storm above it, but that storm doesn't have a massive part of its anatomy also rotating. That's why they're generally pretty weak and short-lived. That's probably the most exciting. Yeah, it's what we call a gustnado. Not a real tornado, but kind of like one. tornado, Gustnado, landspout. Let's just call the whole thing off.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me